feeling just keeps getting out.
The actual thing of creating music, I think, you know, what draws me to it is that I'm doing something that no one else in the world is doing at that time, you know? Because I could, you know, be working towards any other job, and I think creating music is so much more personal to me. You know, no one in the world can capture what I'm capturing in that specific moment. That's what makes me want to play music, is like, hey, I'm doing something that no one else is. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about music.
Yeah, I'm happy about how the progress is going. I mean, everything so far has gone much faster than we expected.
The first chunk of days of recording that we've done for this album so far, it's been drums and rhythm guitar.
We're gonna block off a 3-day period of just rhythm guitar. So that's gonna involve a lot of layering and a lot of just meticulous, you know, hammering out of all the riffs and stuff and making sure everything's just dead perfect.
I first heard of them, actually I got a phone call from Al Dawson from Earache, and he said that, you know, he had a band that he'd like to talk to me about.
Working with Neil is just, it's everything that I guess I kind of always envisioned myself doing in the studio and, like, you know, creatively for an album.
If you listen to the demos, or if we listen to the demos and we listen to the stuff now, I think you can hear a lot of the stuff that Neil's kind of brought to the table, because we're more at home, so ideas are flowing much better now. Because that's what I did on the drums.
You think that, like an abrupt on that last hit, or?
I'd say do a fade, but do it longer. I don't think it's going to sound pretty fast on what we've got here.
Okay.
Let's just hold it slightly longer before the chord forms apart.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Well, the exciting thing for me is really helping a band establish an identity, really, because at this point, you know, no one really knows who they are, but there are certain characteristics you have to you've got to focus it. You've got to focus, you know, the voice, the guitar style, you know, just the personalities within the band. I love working on bands with their first record, because at that point the energy is the purest, the enthusiasm is usually the highest, and they're just, you know, the gung-ho feeling is great.
Well, the Sustainiac pedal is actually the thing that made my day today, and it's this really vintage piece of gear that Neil was able to bring in. And what this pretty much does is when you hit a note,
it just kind of makes it crazy, you know.
That's brilliant. I was just having, you know, an absolute blast, you know, playing solos and just ripping, you know, notes apart, and, you know, just hammering on the Sustainiac. But it just brings so much power to, you know, that single note brings so much heart and soul. I definitely fell in love with that pedal as soon as we started playing with it. Yeah, it was all at the end.